Hello guys, Robot1 here, and today I have my first place Bexleyheath LLDS deck profile for you guys. Now, this was essentially like, it wasn't a big LLDS, but I did win it and I did come first. There were pretty hard players in. I even got this sweet mat. It's got everything really. I'll show you it in an entirety. Let's just LLDS. Let's zoom out a bit. There we go. We got the Dark Magician with Dark Magician Girl, the LLDS, a bit of the pattern here, all of that. Sadly, it does have promotional item on, which I don't like, but it's still pretty cool to have this mat, nonetheless, and I really do like it. I'm going to use it over my my Blue Eyes mat, which I won at Nationals, like I said in the pack opening. If this video comes out before that or after that, I don't know, because I did win a lot of packs. If you want to see that video, it will be linked in the description below. But anyway guys, and sorry for the shadow, I'm trying to use my phone for lighting because I don't have very good lighting in my room right now, so I'm just trying to sort that out for you guys. But nonetheless, let's get into this deck profile. Obviously I'm not going to explain too deep because a lot of it is quite standard, but nonetheless, it's essentially the same build that I played at the Brotherhood LLDS, but yeah, but some minor changes to the extra deck and the side. So let's get into my rounds first, obviously. So round 1, it was a Pendulum Mirror versus an Odd-eyes Magispector Perform Power variant. I won that 2-0, which wasn't that hard because the guy, he didn't really have the solid build. It kind of seems like it bricked quite a bit, but nonetheless he did try, and it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that good. Like I talked to him before the actual tournament started. I told him what he should change, but he didn't really listen to me. But nonetheless, he did try. He ended up winning 2 rounds, I believe, which wasn't that great, but still, he did his best. Round 2 was against, what was it, round 2? Round 2 was against, Herald, Cyber Angels. Game 1, he just passed for turn. Like, he went first, he won the die roll, went first, passed for turn, doing nothing, giving me no knowledge. I was just able to kill him, essentially, not being able to win. I just made a board that was just killed him very easily. Game 2, I on a whim I sided in Chaos Trap Hole. Then he normal summoned his Scepter. Then I had the Chaos Trap Hole because I went first. For some reason he let me. I think I went first. I can't really. No. I went second, but he searched a Scepter and something else. He searched a Scepter and made a Saphira. And then no, he probably drew the Saphira. He didn't search it because he didn't have Ben 10, but nonetheless, he made the Saphira, passed turn, drawed 2, discarded 1, and then I had my turn. I opened a pretty good hand, made a Sorcerer, other things on board, with a Chaos Trap Hole set and other traps. Then I Chaos Trap Hold his Scepter, and he wasn't able to do anything after that because I banished his Scepter. He made the misplay also of normal summoning his Sovereignty and summoning Norden from the extra deck, meaning thinking he could XC summon, but I believe his name was Kyle or something. He was the guy who went EXO with Infernoids last year, so he is a very good player. So he got rep. He was also my final round, which I'll get into, obviously. Well, not my final round, my the round that goes for first place, so top cut. Round 3 was against Oliver Newton's Satellanites. Game 1 he made a mistake in not MSTing my scale. He just sent it to grave because he alphaed, but he forgot that it stopped him. So he made a mistake, but I would have won anyway because I top decked a level 4 monster, so I could have just attacked. Game 2, he just bricked completely, drawing all trap cards that were completely irrelevant, with a Vanities and 2 alphas with some other trap cards that I can't remember. I believe it was a strike and something else. So Oliver, I 2-0'd Oliver. Round 3 was against Connor Zoe, I believe his last name is. He was playing Metal Foes before Pals. We got deck checked, and we both got a game loss for both having incorrect cards. I accidentally left my side deck in, sadly, and got the game loss. But then I was just able to open good. He went first, I opened good, and he opened really bad. I took the Maxi Challenge figure I could win that turn, but sadly didn't. But nonetheless, I had the Vector Pendulum to stop him from actually playing. I had Strike, I had Bottomless. I was able to stop his summons, and he just lost after that. So that was a 1-game thing. So yeah, that was round 4. Round 5 was against my my mate Kai. A sponsored player by Ultimate Guard, which is really good for him. He was playing BA Phantom Knights. Game 1, I was just able to completely wipe him out, I believe. Game 2, he activated Anti-Spell, had double Phantom Knights, and everything, had the Beatrice, so wasn't able to get over that really easy, and he just won after that. And Game 3, he made a misplay with me by attacking a Lizard Draw. I drew a card, and it was a low scale. Sadly, I couldn't use it. But then I drew another card for turn, and then it was luster, so I was able to just go for game after that because he had nothing, and we were also in time, I believe. So yeah, that was the 5 rounds. Top cut was against my mate Robert Phillips. Pendulum mirror match. He got a game loss game 1 for having having bad sleeves and warped cards in his deck, I believe. So I got game 1 win. Game 3, game 2, he just gave me it because of I just was able to open the nuts and just be able to win after that. And then final round was against the Herald guy again. He bricked game 1. Game 2, I started in my. I was just able to. No, he didn't brick. He summoned a Scepter. I was able to summon Sorcerer, Joker, and Odd-eyes. With the Sorcerer, I searched a Radish Horse. And then Radish Horse was just able to decrease his Scepter to 0, making me able to decrease his life points to 0 with Odd-eyes just attacking him for 43 damage because I had Unicorn in the scale. Then game 2, he only opened the Scepter again, but I went second, and I sided in Mask of Restricts, Chaos Trap Holes, and the Chaos Trap Holes came, and game 2, I went second, was able to draw one of the Mask of Restricts. I set the Mask of Restrict above a back row, but I didn't open it that really great, because I opened MST, I can't remember the other 2 traps, and a Mask of Restrict, and I had a Abductor in scale, so I was just able to make a board with that. The game went on for quite a bit, and then I was just ultimately able to kill him, winning the duel completely. So yeah, that was the whole tournament. I did pretty well nonetheless, even though I did get a game loss, plus one of my other opponents got a game loss. I still did pretty well in the event, being able to come out on top. But nonetheless, let's get into the actual deck profile, because I believe I'm just going to ramble if I don't. So let's get into this. So we run 3 Sorcerer, obviously, because it's staple. No really reason to explain why I run 3 Sorcerer. 2 Lizard Draw, 1 Gear Turtle, because it's your Pop Greed engine, you have to run it. I run 2 Lizard Draw purely because if you draw 1, then you're able to destroy it with a Sorcerer and then actually be able to play. Plus, being able to draw 1 if you have a bad hand and just destroy it in scale is just really good to get. Just get an Upstart Goblin. 2 Unicorn and 1 Odd-eyes Phoenix. The 2 Unicorn is because we play Skyros with the Odd-eyes Phoenix. You always have to have a low scale in the deck with the. When Persona comes out, Odd-eyes Persona, I'll probably replace that with this because Odd-eyes Persona is a 1 scale. So that's why this is in the deck currently. It's a good card nonetheless, though, because just 2k body, being able to just summon it as a level 5 with Odd-eyes in the scale is really helpful sometimes. So it's not bad at all. But it's the searchable card of Iris, which is the main reason we run it. 1 Joker, because Joker's broken. 1 Silverclaw, because I like to be able to beat over Kieran with this, essentially, because when you attack with it, it gains 300 attack, so it's really good to run, at least. I also run it because it's a 5 scale, and there's a way to actually OTK with this and all performer powers on your field, as long as you have an empty scale space, of course, because you can just place it in the scale. All performer power monsters gain 300 if you've used your summon already, of course. Next, one Radish Horse. Now, I run Radish Horse because I believe it's absolutely broken in the fact that just being able to set in the scale, decrease any monster permanently is really strong. Plus, it's a way over anti-spell, because if your opponent controls a special summon monster, you can just special summon it from your hand, which is really strong. Plus, just being able to take attack points as well is also really good. So that's the performer power engine. Next, we run one Odd-eyes, because Odd-eyes Dracopals, why wouldn't we? Plus, this card can search Sorcerer during the end phase if you ain't really got a strong turn, which actually won me quite a few games. We also play one Luster and two Masters. I run the one Luster, two Masters purely because I don't like the ratio of more than one two Master, because even though I'm playing Magical Abductor, which you'll see in a second, I feel like you don't need no more than two Master, regardless. Plus, it's usually a side card out, two side out for another card, which is a really easy side. Next, we run one Lecter, one Vector, just targets for face-off. Plus, Vector ruins the entire Metal Foes matchup, and Lecter ruins the Performer Power / Magic Spectre matchup, which is really good. So, that's the Draco monsters. Two Magical Abductor, because of Monkey Board is banned, you obviously have to play this because it's a boost to scales and searches. Just being able to search any pendulum from your deck is really good. Plus, this helped me beat my opponent Kai game 3 with searching out Joker and just being able to wipe him out that turn. So, really good card. I believe I only resolved this card once the entire tournament as well. So, I may not have used it, resolved it many times, but nonetheless, it's still a really good card. Two Eccentric Archfiends, because MST is good, Tributing for effect is good, all of those things, it's a good card. One Kieran, no need to explain, it's the best pendulum in the game right now. No real need to explain. And finally, for monsters, two Maxi, because Maxi is like, oh, I'm gonna draw as many cards as you special summon, so really good. I think I didn't even use it that much during the actual event, so... but it is a really good card nonetheless. Now for spells, we run Free Sky Iris. You have to play Free Sky Iris, obviously, because it's like there's searching your scales, being able to destroy your scales and just alter your scale into anything is really good. Plus, it stops your opponent from targeting them. There's not really a big need for explanation there. Two MST, because back row is annoying, and if your opponent mains anti-spell, you can MST it away. Plus, dealing with any back row is really good. One Odd-eyes Fusion, because we play Vortex and we run Free Sky Iris. Just being able to make Vortex is really strong in this deck as well. One Draco Face-Off, because we play the Draco engine. You have to play this card if you play the Draco engine. It's a one-card scale. So, yeah. Well, it's not a one-card scale, but it allows you to get another level 4 and your Luster from the deck, so really good. One Terraforming, because when you play Abductor, you want to play at least one Terraforming, and also because we play Free Sky Iris, and you always want to see Sky Iris first turn. And one Raigeki, because Raigeki is absolutely broken, and you should main it in the deck. Now for traps, we play two Trap Holes, one Bottomless, one Floodgate, because we play Rafflesia. Basically, always having a trap card on your first turn is really strong. Plus, Bottomless can wreck the Blue Eyes matchup and Pendulum matchup, and Floodgate Trap Hole can basically wreck every matchup in this format. So, yep. For our Strollen Brigade, we play two Strike and one Warning, because Strike is basically best counter trap, and Warning is essentially best counter trap. But nonetheless, you have to play these because summon negation is really strong in this game, and just being able to negate a pendulum summon or a normal summon or any effect is really strong. So, have to play these as your Solemn Brigade. And finally, one Vanities, because it's a staple trap card this format. You have to play at one. You have to play it at the highest number you can. And as you guys should be able to notice, that all these cards are actually all these trap cards are summon stoppers. The reason I play all summon stoppers is because there's not really any need for any other sort of trap in this format, because every deck summons a lot, and just being able to stop the summon can really disrupt their plays and just make you win the duel. So yeah, all these summon stopping traps. So that's the main deck. Let's get on to the extra deck, because we're hitting 14 minutes and I don't want to make this too long for you guys. So 1 Rafflesia because we play 2 Trap Holes. 1 Dweller because BA is annoying and everything. Also, in my 5th round, I actually made a Dweller Rafflesia against Kai, so it really does help having both of these in the deck. Like, he only lost that round because I had both of these on board. Like, it's completely stupid. 1 Dagostormo because recycling any of your XD's monsters, extra deck monsters, any main deck monsters is really strong. Plus the draw. 1 Majesty Paladin because searching cards in the end phase is good. Plus it helps with with this card, you need this card to do the Draco FTK or OTK. 1 Diamond Direwolf. I may cut the Diamond Direwolf because it doesn't seem like it's doing much anymore, but I don't know yet because it's like I don't think I summoned it during the entire event, but nonetheless it's a rank 4. Don't know if I will cut it. Probably I might. I don't know yet. But nonetheless, it's a decent rank 4. 1 Castel, one of the best rank 4s in the game. 1 Dark Rebellion XG's Dragon, just being able to rob attacks and do 25 is really strong. 1 Utopia, and with its not really any reason for the Utopia other than to summon the Lightning. Lightning just came out in the Europe TCG, so you have to play this card if you're playing any rank 4 based deck, because just being able to get over any monster with any attack is really strong, as long as it doesn't have more than 5,000, but it's really strong nonetheless. Plus, I actually needed this card to win my game 1 against the BA matchup of Kai, so I'm really happy this card came out this weekend, because without it I would not have won, and may not have topped. So yeah, 1 Utopia the Lightning and 1 Utopia. 1 Odd-eyes Absolute and 1 Odd-eyes Rebellion, just because obviously we're playing Odd-eyes, and we're playing Odd-eyes Fusion, you need targets. 1 Titanic Hope Galaxy because taking spell cards is good. No real other reason. 1 Ignista, basically because Ignista's you have to play Ignista, like being able to shuffle away any card is too strong. 1 Dynista for the Draco FTK and because you can protect your scales. And 1 Vortex because you play Odd-eyes Fusion. So basically your Infinity. Actually won me the game against the Herald duel. So for side we play 2 Allied Justice Cycle Readers. This was originally Quarantine, which I would prefer Quarantine, but my mate took his Quarantines back, so had to borrow these off my mate Ryan, so shout out to Ryan. But yeah, these came in once the entire tournament against Oliver Newton's Satellarknights. They didn't really help me. I didn't see them. My full process was banished to Nebo Altair when they used Call of the Haunted, but yeah, they didn't really help. 2 Chaos Trap Holes. Almost every deck in the format is light or dark base, so run this. 2 Mask of Restricts because we still have the Herald decks running around, and we still have some Rogue Monarch decks. Plus with that new spell card out of the new Duelist pack, it might actually gain some power again, so I don't really want to run into them. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror because BA, Dark decks, Phantom Knight decks, all of that stuff. 2 Trap Stun because of Demise decks. Only sided it in against the Tellarknights because it was Tellarknight Demise, obviously. Obviously good card, never saw it because the guy, he bricked, but yep. 2 Unwavering Bonds because it ruins the Pendulum matchup for my opponent, and just says banish your Kieran, banish your Scale, banish anything that you activate. So yep. And finally, 3 Imperial Iron Wall because stopping banishing is really strong. And yeah, so guys, that is the entire deck profile. Tell me what you think in the comment sections below. The way I think this deck really worked is it was really strong during the entire event. Like, I went EXO through the entire event. It wasn't really a big LLDS, but nonetheless, it was a good LLDS. I had pretty strong matchups with my opponents. They were all really top tier players, so I can't really say that I didn't have can't really say I had an easy run, even though there was some games that I did have pretty easy because bad things, like my opponent not getting the game lost and stuff. But Nonetheless, this is a very good deck. I believe this deck has the potential of winning the YCS Liverpool. Well, right now, of course, but because ABCs aren't out. But if I do choose to play this for YCS Liverpool, it will be purely because I don't want to get ghost cherried with ABCs. But yeah, guys, tell me what you think of this deck in the comment section below. Do you think this is a really good deck? Do you think you would play this deck? And as always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.